Yo, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And in this video, we are going to be performing the 20,000 mile check on my 2016 Shelby GT350. Now, my car is not stock. It has a little bit of work done, not a lot, but a little bit, all the tasteful mods. It has stainless works, catless long tube headers, a JLT Cold Air Intake, as well as an E85 Tune. Now, I did buy my car with 10,800 miles on it. It just rolled a little over 20,000 miles, and it's been on the headers, cold air, E85 Tune for over 7,000 of those miles. So it's time to go ahead and do some maintenance checkup. If you have the rare 2015 through 2018 model Shelby GT350, I highly recommend you guys pay attention to this video to make sure your car is running in tip-top shape. If you guys enjoy, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications, and let's get into it. Now, what we're gonna be doing in this video specifically is checking the oil for oil consumption, as well as cleaning out the catch cans. Now, I do have the Ford Performance kind of dual catch can setup. When I pop the hood, I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. But I always like to go ahead and check the oil every 350 to 400 miles on my car. I've been doing that ever since I purchased it, and I highly recommend you guys doing the same. It's just good maintenance, especially if you have a Gen 1 GT350. If you have a Gen 2, I'd still do it, just because, you know, this is a race engine and you have to take, you know, a little bit of special care. So let's make sure this car is on a level surface. My garage is pretty level, but what I like to do is just put it in the, obviously take off the e-brake, put it in the neutral mode, let it roll back until it stops to roll. Pull the e-brake back up, put the car in first gear, and then obviously we are gonna go ahead and pop the hood. Now, I have to do kind of a different step with this because my car does okay, here you go. Because my car does have an aftermarket hood with hood pins, so I pop it, press down on these tabs, and I go ahead and kind of lift. There you go. Now, because this is an aftermarket hood, I do have to kind of do an extra step here. I'll kind of show you guys what I mean. Go ahead and hot the trunk. Always keep my hood prop rod with me in the trunk of the car. And also, when I ever pop my hood, I always leave my hood, my trunk popped. So what I do here, lift it up. The release latch still works. I go down here. Kind of put this like right in there, and boom, there we go. I want to get an aftermarket coolant tank, because you guys can see here mine is kind of getting a little old. Need to replace that. But what we're gonna do is check the oil, and then we're gonna clean out the catch can. So I have the Ford Performance dual catch can setup. I have one here, and I also have one over here. So we're gonna check those, and hopefully everything is good to go. But let me show you guys down here. You can see, you can probably see the head. I don't know if you guys can see the headers. Might be easier on this side. Oh yeah, you can see the stainless works headers down there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get it done. All right, so I just switched over to the hat clip, so we can get down to business. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Now, obviously, you want to go ahead and clean it off. So I probably should have brought my rag over there so I don't trail oil, but I think we all good. Wipe it off. I just like to just set that down right there. Now I use AMSOIL 5W50, full synthetic with a OEM Ford Shelby GT350 oil filter. I'm gonna stick this back down in there, and then we're gonna do the check. Whew. There we go. I like to wait a couple seconds when I do put the stick in there, just so it kind of, you know, collects it. And then now, moment of truth, y'all. Let's do the check. 20,000 miles. 7 of those were E85. So, yep. Let's do the check. And we are good. Yep, we're good. Show you guys with the camera. Let me rip my GoPro off my head real quick, but as you guys can see here, we are good to go. I'm gonna flip it too. You want to be paying attention to like the solid part, because wherever the oil is like kind of fully across, that's where it's at, and looks like we're rock solid here, so we're good to go. I'll pull it out and check it again. So right here, hope you guys can see it. It is directly on the line across on the top. So we are good to go. Flip it again. Oh yeah, you can see it really good right there. It is directly on top of the line. Actually, now we're doing it over the intake. Okay, don't do what I just did right there, but you know what I'm saying? It's not that too big a deal, but we are good to go, y'all. Go ahead and stick this down back in there. Don't do what I just did. There we go. Put that over the intake, even though I would have saw it kind of drip off. But as far as the oil consumption test, we Gucci. Now what we're gonna be doing next is cleaning out the catch can. Hopefully nothing crazy is in there, but again, that's what the catch cans are for. This is a non-vented setup, unlike the 99. I will go ahead and show you guys the difference between a vented and a non-vented catch can, but for an NA setup, this is gonna be perfect for the Shelby GT350. This is gonna be, again, the Ford kind of dual catch can setup they have, you know, on both sides of the engine bay. Let's go ahead and crack her open. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the Ford Performance catch can, they're good. They've been doing their job, but you have to take off 4 bolts for this one, and then you have to take off 4 bolts on this side, and these are obviously non-vented catch cans over here. Now, if we go over to the 99, this is a vented catch can. Obviously, we have the vent here, and you just have to go ahead and remove the top part here, and then remove just 2 bolts back there to take it off. This is a little bit easier to change. This is kind of annoying because you have to go ahead and go, you know, Allen key it for 8 of them, but you know, it is what it is, man. Now, whenever I go ahead and, you know, loosen and tighten these, I always don't go crazy because obviously, you know, I gotta check this. I don't check these every 350 to 400 miles. I do this like every 1,000 or so. And right now, I believe I'm like 1,200 since the last oil change. But I've been monitoring the oil a lot more frequently recently because the last time I had an oil change, the previous shop did not tighten down the actual oil filter properly, because this is a spin-on filter with this 2016, and it kind of backed out a little bit and it was leaking oil. So since this is the oil change interval directly after that happened, I've been kind of monitoring this a lot more, and I've been checking it literally like every 300, 350. I think I went 300 since the last time I checked it. But again, I've been driving the car a little bit harder and longer. So whenever I put like, you know, 300, 350, maybe even 400 miles in a week, I always make sure to go ahead and check this. I recommend all you guys do the same. So we're gonna go ahead and get these off. Make sure you guys don't lose these bolts, because they are specific to this. Make sure you guys set them down in an area where you can easily find them. Probably not the best spot to put them, but I know it ain't gonna roll, and if it does roll off, I will be able to hear it. These do have washers on them too, so you want to make sure that you do not lose that. This is the side that you really want to check. I'm curious to see how much oil is in it, if any, because I did not see any loss whatsoever, which is amazing. But at the same time, I can probably count on two hands the amount of times I took this car to 8250, this oil change interval, just because the weather's been kind of bad and it just started to get nice out here in Texas. So once that is off, we're gonna have to go ahead and actually, we don't have to even do that. Pull that back, and I mean, there's a little bit of oil in there. There's a little bit in there. Let me get my rag and go ahead and get that out, but that's actually pretty normal for the amount of miles and how I drove the car. Now, what I do to clean this out without actually going ahead and taking it off, because it can be quite annoying, I always take like one of these rags and I just kind of stick it down here and just let it just soak up all the oil, because there's not a lot in here. If there was more, I would have to take this off, but just stick a rag down there, kind of let it soak, because it's not a vented setup, so it's not like it's gonna spew into the engine bay, unless it was to be overfilling, because, you know, lack of checking. That's why I always check this like every 1,000 or so miles, just to make sure that, you know, there's nothing or not a lot in here. But just let that soak in there, and then just take it out, and that's literally it. So that's all the oil. Just set that down right there. All right, so I just used some paper towel to clean the rest of it out, so we are good to go. I'm gonna lock this down, and then I'm gonna take that one off, and I'll catch up with you guys when the cover's off. We can go ahead and see if there's any oil on that side of the catch can. Catch you guys in a second. All right, so I got the bolts off this side. Check it out, and it is bone dry. Good. This side should be bone dry. So awesome. Gonna go ahead and bolt this back up, put everything back together, and then or I should say clean everything up, take the prop rod off, put it back in the trunk, and we'll be good for a startup. So give me a couple seconds, y'all, and we can get a cold start of the Shelby. Hell yeah. And before I close the hood, if you're wondering why the battery cover is off, it's because of the aftermarket hood and kind of where I have the hood pin set up, so the hood doesn't obviously flex and fly up, because, you know, it's an aftermarket carbon fiber hood. You guys can see kind of more of the hardware if you have not already. Made a video on it a while back, but I love this Anderson's hood, man. Very high quality, and we're gonna see how it holds up compared to the true fiber hood that is gonna be going on the 99. Hopefully the true fiber hood, you know, is just as good, potentially even better than the Anderson's hood, because I'm really happy with this. So let's go ahead and close the hood and get a cold start. All right, let's get a cold start. I wonder if the tire pressure is gonna reload again at night, even though they're at 27 psi yesterday. Hope you guys can hear me. All right. All right, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, tire low. I got the key battery that comes in tomorrow. Luckily they got them in stock on Amazon, because that would be really bad if I, you know, couldn't get inside the car, couldn't turn it on. Yeah, but all my tires are at 26 PSI. That's really not low, especially because the rears are, you know, Mickey Thompson, and they go back up to 27. So let me know down in the comment section right now. Let me know, is that because the TPM sensors or TPMS sensors are going bad? I don't know. But I feel like 26 PSI like isn't low at all. Maybe it is low. I mean, thinking about it right now, the front tires are kind of old, because those were on the car when I did buy it. So they 100% have over 10,000 miles on them, or about to be at 10,000 miles. And the rears got like 7. And obviously they're slicks. Well, not slicks, but they're radials. Why did I park like this? Oh. I feel like an old man getting out of this car when I park like this. Hopefully I do it. Gotta get that whipping E85, but yeah, I probably need to replace the tires on this car, no cap. Like the fronts. I mean, these look bad. Yeah. They got some cracking on them. Yeah, the tires might need to be replaced in the front. Ain't bad. Well, yeah, maybe I need to replace the rears as well. I mean, I want to anyway. I don't like the rears. I don't like the Mickeys, but we'll find out. All right, we're on the road. Now, thinking about it, the valve stems could be bad on these tires, because they do have quite a bit of miles on them. And the Mickeys have over 7K. The Michelins have over 10,000 miles on them, because they were on the car, you know, before I did buy the car. So I might be due for some new tires anyway, which isn't a bad thing. Wow, they actually blocked that off. What the hell? Roll up my windows real quick while I'm talking. I was planning on getting new tires before I did boost the car, which is going to be happening within the next 3 months. So I think I'm just going to get the same exact fronts. So I'm just going to get some Michelin Pilot Super Sports, or the Michelin Super Sport tire. I think they're called Michelin Super Sport tires, because this car is still stock ride height, and they actually don't make the exact spec Pilot Sport 4S's that the Super Sports come in. And obviously, you know, running a 30 sidewall, it will look kind of goofy stock ride height. So I kind of want to stay with the, I believe it's 295 3519 in the front, and then I'm going to go with, honestly, the Nitto anti-555 R2s in the rear. They work pretty decent on the 2 valve. Anything under 40, it starts to spin, but the car is definitely making more power now because of, you know, the non-slipping belt and a clutch that actually is grabbing. I honestly do believe that car was slipping on the dyno now, because it was never spinning those TQs until I went ahead and fixed the clutch and got a new belt. Or I should say replaced the clutch. The clutch is junk that I took out the car, but replaced the clutch and got a new belt. It's hitting different. So I mean, hopefully the R2s work. I mean, I know a lot of GT500 owners love the R2s on like the 19, 20-inch wheels. So we're gonna see if they, you know, are good in the Shelby, because if they're not that good, I mean, I might be stuck with the not the Nittos, the Mickeys, which I kind of don't want to be running on this car, because, you know, I drive it too much to be hopefully the R2s are good. I'll let y'all know. I know people like to rock the R888Rs, but I mean, that's old technology. I don't want a noisy ass tire, and honestly a tire that probably won't even be hooking up that well for what I want to be doing with the car. And it'll probably work from like a 30, not a 30, a third gear roll, but I can't do a second 60, which I don't think I'd be able to do a second 60 with those R888Rs, to be honest with you. Something else I need to do is I need to get rid of this damn stock Ford Performance short throw, man. This thing rattles like a motherfucker. I need to get the MGW. Oh, what is this? I need to get the MGW unit in the car. I don't know what the hell all that bullshit was. What are my temps? See, tire pressure is going up, so it just goes down when it sits. Yeah, we're at 174. Turning. Oh yeah, they're both hitting that UE. See how that guy, my last video somebody hopped the curb, but you see how this guy's kind of hitting it wide? He might jump it, to be fair. Oh, no, he did a good job. Good shit. And that truck got some main plates on it, and he driving mighty close to that. Favorite store again. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm gonna get another GoPro as well, so I can kind of give you guys the tutorial on how to rev match downshift. I gotta get like a foot cam in here, because obviously it'd be so much easier to explain it with like a foot cam and stuff like that. I promise you, rev match downshifting is not as difficult as it may seem. A lot of it's going to be muscle memory and just kind of feeling the car, because these S550s, I'm telling you, it's a lot easier to rev match in these than it is like compared to the New Edge. I mean, it's kind of hard to rev match in the New Edge because of the cable clutch and shit like that. I feel like there's not a delay, but you know, obviously from the hydraulic to the cable, I mean, I know some people would not be able to go back to it. But I kind of like the cable clutch in that car. It just fits the vibe of the car. I mean, the car, you know, the feel of the clutch kind of has to fit the vibe. Like, you know, if the New Edge, let's say if the S197s had a cable clutch, that would be terrible, right? Because it's not old, but it isn't like brand new. It's like in the middle. So I feel like it should be like neutral, where like it's not annoying to drive it. So I feel like if those model cars had cable clutches, they'd be annoying to drive. But the new Edges, like, they're old. They're 20-year-old cars now. They're technically like classics. Like, you could get a classic plate on it technically out here in Texas. So I feel like, you know, having the cable clutch just fits the vibe. But something like this, like an S197, hell no, that would be terrible.
A few moments later.
Houston, we have a problem. They're out of the honey buns. I'm gonna have to come back at the end of the week because I feel like they got more stuff at the end of the week. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm shopping poor today because I got a sweet tooth and I'm getting a bunch of shit that I probably shouldn't be getting and eating, but it's all good. Oop. Man, looking both ways applies to in and outside the car. We almost had an accident. That shit would have been awkward. My dumb ass on the GoPro in the grocery store. All right, so I'm gonna have to make another stop, like maybe in 2 days or so, because whenever I go to Target, beginning of the week, because usually I go like at the end of the week, or like honestly Sunday, they got shit there. But somebody want to tell me why they shut down all the self-checkouts. I mean, I get kind of why. It's probably people are fucking stealing shit, but like, I'm not trying to have a conversation with people when I'm, you know, shopping. Like, I'm trying to get out and get home as quickly as possible. Obviously, it's kind of ironic because I'm doing this shit with a GoPro right now, but I'm like, man, it just makes everything so much longer because the way I shop, I know what I'm getting before I even get in the store, and I could be in and out in like 15-20 minutes. All right, I'm gonna catch up with you guys when I get closer to the house. The weather is really nice this week, so I'm gonna try very hard to get the tutorial on how to properly rev match downshift. A lot of people think that the GT350s have auto rev match. They do not. The Mach 1s do, the GT350s do not. Honestly, I kind of like not having auto rev match, man, because it makes you more, you know, in tuned with the vehicle, as corny as that sounds. Maybe it doesn't sound corny, but I like it. So I got you guys hopefully this week with that. Crazy. This bipolar ass Texas weather was like 39, 40 degrees like 2 days ago. Now it's 70. I don't get it. Woo. Downtown at like 2 in the morning since the weather is getting a lot better, so I'm not freezing. I'm gonna monitor the tire PS. Ooh, shit. I'll monitor the tire PSI these next couple days too. If it's going down when the weather is nice, that means the tires need to be replaced because the valve stems are probably bad. Causing air to seep out when it sits and then slowly filling back up. When I'm driving. That sharp bite. about replacing the exhaust with like the Corsa, because they do make the active exhaust. And I think Borla has like the attack that can be bolted up to like the stock setup, so you can keep the active exhaust with like a Borla exhaust, as weird as that sounds, but not the ones that I have right now, like the Borla attack. But tires might be more important than that, so I'm probably gonna give it like a week to see what's going on with these tires, man. I'm gonna fill them back up, but if it just keeps going back down to like 26, 27 psi and then going up, because right now they are at 28 in the front and 27 in the back. Literally, they were like at like what, 26 when I turned on the car originally. So we'll see. But the tires, the front tires should definitely get replaced though soon, because those got like 10K miles on them. Honestly, I can't wait to feel this car with like a new clutch in it. I probably should go drag it again with the new clutch after I put that in, just to go see like how much of a difference that shit made, because it probably was slipping. Actually, I know for a fact it was slipping a little bit when I did run. You know, technically it's fast as draggy, but it slipped right after that, so I think it was on its way out. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the video. We did a little bit of everything here. Maintenance, POV drive, shopping, we did everything. So if you guys enjoy this type of content on the channel, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. This was a long one, so if you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.